Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Birds vs. Boys 2023 NFL Draft Prospect Profile. Tonight, we are talking Joey Porter Jr., the cornerback from Aiden's Penn State Nittany Lions. We have the highlights going on behind us, watching on YouTube. Thanks to Just Bombs Production for throwing this highlights together for us. Aiden, a player you and I both love, 6'2.5", 193 pounds, 34-inch arms, 10-inch hand size, ran a 4.46, which is the same as Bijan Robinson, 35-inch vertical, and a 10.9 broad jump. I believe both of our teams would love to have this player, whether it be at 10, whether it be at 26. Aiden, let's just jump right in because I mean, you watch this tape and every time it's just a wow.
It really is. I'm a sucker for the long, lanky, athletic corners. That's exactly what Joey Porter Jr. is. Like you mentioned, he's 6'2". It's fantastic to watch him because he can be physical. Penn State oftentimes is physical at the line of scrimmage. Of course, as I say that, he's dropping into coverage, but you see how this kind of ends up. Read that perfectly, interception. And he's just kind of a ball hawk. There's one game, and I hope they show it, and I believe it's the Purdue game this year, where even the commentators were saying, like, he's on an island, and you keep testing the island, and it's not working. And that's just who Joey Porter Jr. is. You love to see tape where a kid's on an island, and it doesn't really matter. This is the game right here. They keep targeting the island, and I don't really know why. That's exactly the result. No separation from him. Stay stride for stride with the wide receiver. You can't bully him. You can't get past him, and it leads to a lot of deflection. So it's a really awesome tape to watch him against Purdue, and just a really awesome prospect in general.
And that's the thing that I love. It's some guys are boom or bust, right? With interceptions, he can do it all. He has great attack to the ball where he can intercept it, or if he doesn't have the chance, the angle to intercept it, he's knocking it down, right? I feel like he's going to lead the league in passes defensed, passes deflected 1 year or 2 or 5 in his career. And hey, maybe even his rookie year. I mean, his ball skills are unbelievable. He has that length. He has that size. He has that speed. I mean, he can play press. He can play man. He can play zone. He can play off. Can he do it all?
I think so. I'm a big believer in him. And listen, I'm biased. I grew up in a Penn State family. Penn State was always on TV, so I was always watching Joey Porter Jr. games. This is my first time watching the tape on him. I would sit there and watch him live. So I am a little bit biased, but he is my favorite draft prospect. We'll see if we do a Devin Witherspoon video. I like him a lot, but we're trying to do guys who my team, the Eagles, could take. Kevin's team, the Cowboys, could take. And I don't know if Witherspoon will be there at 26. I don't know if Joey Porter Jr. would be there either, but we thought this would be a good one. And back to that Purdue game, he's on an island by himself, and it doesn't matter. I love watching this tape.
Well, and the thing that I liked too in this highlight tape is you see him going against who? Ohio State, CJ Stroud, who arguably is going to be the number 1 overall pick, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Harrison, who's going to be a top 10 pick next year. And he plays really well when the competition is raised, right? He's not just one of these guys that's going out there and only competing against Rutgers, only competing against Minnesota, right? He's competing against the best of the best. And when the talent level is raised, he only raises his higher. And I think that may also come from that mindset that he may get from, I don't know, his father that played in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't you just see this guy going to the Pittsburgh Steelers and being just a phenomenal corner for them and fulfilling that prophecy of following in his dad's footsteps there, Joey Porter, the legendary linebacker.
Now, is this a moment where you, because I already am old, where you're starting to feel old where a guy like Joey Porter's son is coming into the NFL?
This was one of the first ones. I was like, how does he have a college-age son already? And they would always show him on the Penn State games. They'd show Joey Porter sitting in the stands. I'm like, how is this possible?
Yep.
What happened?
Yep. Time goes like that.
Time flies. Time really flies. Again, back to the Purdue game. So you mentioned it earlier. I'll just touch it on this play. The deflections. That's the beauty of having a 6'2" corner who can go stride for stride with your receivers. You saw it on that play where they tried to get the guy across the middle. And you really can't sneak those slants in there with Joey Porter Jr. because he's got long arms, he's got long strides, he's going to stick with you the entire way. So it happens quite a bit on this. yeah, the physicality nature, and maybe that is his dad, who we just talked about being a linebacker. So you combine the linebacker mentality with the corner traits that you're looking for, you got Joey Porter Jr.
And it's so hard to find, right? Those elite guys to put on the outside. The Cowboys saw it last year, opposite of Trayvon Diggs, right? What did I kept saying? That CB2 position was a disaster. But you throw him out there, especially in I would probably say like a man heavy type defense. That's where he's going to thrive. I've seen a lot of comparisons for him with Marlon Humphrey, which I think is probably a good comparison. But I also think that his NFL career is probably going to surpass Humphrey. I don't know if you agree with me on that.
Yeah, I think so as well. And I see Jalen Ramsey, and I think that's just more so because of the physicality nature of his game. You've seen a few highlights here. There's another deflection trying to get it across the middle against him that it doesn't work. But you saw a lot of highlights here that used him in blitz. He's able to blow up bubble screens. He's able to get there and tackle the runner, whether it be a running back or a wide receiver. He's just kind of all around and doing a lot of different things, and it's just a ton of physicality. Oh, but Purdue, if you don't take away anything from the Joey Porter Jr. analysis, take away that I don't agree with Purdue's offensive coordinator. I want him on the show to answer to what this game plan was to attack Joey Porter Jr. for 60 minutes. It didn't work.
And I'm going to question the all the mocks that I'm seeing the Cowboys taking the quarterback from Purdue in the later rounds, because why do you keep throwing it there? I don't care if your OC is telling you to. You go, hey, 9's over there. I'm good.
It isn't working. It wasn't working. It was even in the moment, like I said, it was just crazy to see. So from an Eagles perspective, and then here's another great example. So he's up on the line of scrimmage, press. Here we go here. Across the middle. Nope. Nothing. Was that the Purdue game? I'm going to lose my mind.
Yes.
It was. Yep. This is ridiculous. Why are you targeting him? One-on-one, lined up, man press. They run a quick slant. Where is he? On the ball. Yes. Stuck to the guy like glue. That's textbook. So from an Eagles perspective, I know that they re-signed James Bradbury. They re-extended Darius Slay as well. But how long are you going to have those guys? They are short-term solutions, and I think Joey Porter Jr. is more of a long-term solution. So I don't foresee him coming off of the board because they brought those guys back.
Yeah. I would hate this. This would be fearful to my soul if he ended up going.
I see Purdue on this highlight tape one more time. I'm logging on.
And this is exactly why I don't want to see him there, because Dak Prescott would probably just continue to keep throwing at him, and we would have issues all day. I would absolutely, if he is there at 26, I'm running the card up, but I don't see any chance. I saw a ton of mocks early on him going to Dallas. I just don't see it. I don't see him getting out of the top 15, to be completely honest with you. I could even see the Giants taking him at 25 if he's sitting there one pick ahead of the Dallas Cowboys. So does he fit Dallas? Absolutely. And like you said, like the Eagles re-signing their two guys, the Cowboys obviously traded for Stephon Gilmore, but not somebody who is a long-term answer. He is a short-term answer. So a guy like like Joey Porter Jr. would be absolutely perfect across from Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, so I think Eagles fan, Cowboys fan, from our perspective and pretty much any fan base in the NFL, if you get Joey Porter Jr.'s name called on draft night, you're going to be happy. You figure to see him in the teens. So the Eagles are kind of floating with there between 10 and 30, and the Cowboys as well, because they're at 26, so they might have to move up. But we'll see. And again, I could see him being a Steeler. I could see him fulfilling that family destiny there. But we'll see. This is a great pass prospect, a lot of fun to watch, and kind of just your cornerback dream if you're a fan and a prospect breakdown guy like us.
If he can't be a Dallas Cowboy or a Steeler, like you said, he seems like he's got that Legion of Boom in him. Somehow find his way to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just bring back that. I think he would be a guy that Pete Carroll would love. But this is also, I say Legion of Boom, Dallas Cowboys, Dan Quinn. I think Dan Quinn would do wonders with him.
Yep.
But I think the only way they make that realistic is the Cowboys moving up for him, and I just don't see that. The last time they moved up big for a cornerback, who was it? Mo Claiborne, and that did not work out too well for them, even though they had to move up basically into the top 10 for that. So we will see. His name will definitely 100% be called first night of the draft that Thursday night. But what hat will he be donning? We shall see. Thank you for sitting here with us for this 10 minutes for our Joey Porter Jr. draft profile. If you haven't watched any others yet, hit that click back button right there on YouTube. Go watch our other guys. Jackson Smith and Jigba is coming up soon. We've done Bijan Robinson already. And if you haven't yet as well, click that subscribe button right there on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, Birds vs. Boys Pod. That's where you will find a ton of content. And anywhere you listen to podcasts, that's where you can find our entire full episodes. Catch our mock drafts and everything we do, because if there's anything we love more than the NFL season and Sundays, Aiden, it's draft season. So if you love it too, you found the right place to come.